My mother's boyfriend at the time, he was a JayZ fanatic, and he had on Heart Not Life. And I kept hearing it, and he kept playing it, and he kept playing it. And I came downstairs, and I asked him, like, what you keep listening to? He was like, this JayZ. I'm like, well, what does he do? He was like, he's a rapper. And then he was like, what, you like it? And I was like, yeah, it's hard. And I kept that was my first. I asked him to buy me one. And he's like, I don't think your mother gonna let you, get this or whatever. But yeah, go ahead, you can listen to it. So actually, like the first, like I already had heard rap before, and I knew that I liked it. But my JayZ was like the first album that I really listened to fully, like all the way through.
Reasonable Doubt?
No, it was Heart Not Life.
That's correct. That was my first album too.
That was the first album that I listened to like full body. Where everything else that I was hearing, like I heard Biggie, I heard Pac, but it was always like the hit songs you hear on the radio all the time. And then from that's when I started the other songs that I liked. I started listening to their whole body of work, and that's why when people hear me say, judging different artists, I tell them like, yo, I judge off a body of work.
Right.
Because anything you can catch me on hearing as far as what's on the radio that's catchy. But I listen to bodies of work, and that's what I judge an artist of. So that's why. That was when I first, started fucking with him.
Oh, it's on me?
Or you want me to ask him a question now?
It don't matter.
Or we just bouncing?
I mean, I could say my first time loving hip-hop was late 1989, maybe 90. I was watching Pump It Up on TV. Had to be no more than 9 years old, maybe 10. And I'm watching this shit on TV. I was like, what the hell? What is this? It came on like late at night on a Friday. And I was hooked every Friday. I sat up watching that shit. And it was just dope. I saw interviews with NWA, with Dr. Dre. They was a little older than me musically wise. I wasn't fucking with that. But I checked that shit out and I just listened to it. But I was always looking for videos from Kid and Play, from Kwame to Big Daddy Kane, shit like that. So that's when I knew I loved hip hop.
I loved hip hop, and JayZ was also my first probably album I bought, and then also Puff Daddy and the Family when they were out. But when I really realized I loved hip hop is when people started putting me on the old stuff. So in high school, I hung out with a lot of kids. When I heard Infamous by Mobb Deep, I was like, I fucking love hip hop. Those beats, that's like when I started listening to music and it gave me chills. Like you could hear everything Prodigy said in the song. It made you feel every lyric and the beat. And then 36 Chambers, Wu-Tang, And I mean, like I said, when that shit came out, I was like in kindergarten, first grade. But when I got in high school, a lot of people put me on to kind of the older stuff. And I was like, Tribe Called Quest, different stuff. And I was like, I love fucking hip hop.
Right. Right. I got a question. Do either one of y'all read?
I read.
I know you did. No, but when I say read, now I'm not saying like read, but I'm saying like as far as like just books. Do y'all like? I feel like this generation right now, when you're this time of age, no one actually takes the time out to read a book. So do y'all like? What kind of books or whatever like that y'all would read? Is it straight fictional, educational wise?
Right now I'm reading a book called The One. It's like a motivational book. You know what I'm saying? A good friend of mine gave me that joint, so that's what I'm reading right now. When I'm reading though, I'm looking at like history, and I'm looking like for motivation and like shit that millionaires did. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit I be on. I'm working on leveling the fuck up.
I'll be honest, I don't sit down and read a lot of like textbooks. I'm more of a visual person. But I've always liked like documentaries. I always like knowledge. I'll read articles and different things. I always just like to, I like astrology, reading about that, just different things people go through, psychology, different politics. That's kind of what interests me.
Me right now, like the main thing that I'm, as far as like reading, I'm more into like things like ABCs of Success, like Bob Proctor. Or like, it's this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. You feel me? Like certain shit like that, stuff that literally like expands my mind as far as waking my ass up. You feel me? Like things like that. That's mostly what I read. I used to read fiction books a lot, like in high school and things like that. Like you remember like them old romance type books.
I used to True to the Game.
And like True to the Game shit, like Be More Careful, shit like that. I used to read a lot of shit like that, but now it's like mostly motivational speaking, being woke, health, things like that. That's mostly what I read.
What do y'all want out of this right here though? Like now that we doing radio, cause y'all remember when this shit was just like a fucking thought.
Yeah.
But like, what do you want out of this shit? Like, and then are you eventually gonna become like the normal fucking radio personalities, or you want to be like a more transparent radio personality? Like, what do y'all want out of this?
I know I want to do radio since I saw Angie Martinez. I remember watching her when I was younger, and I was like, to see a woman in a male-dominated field talking about how she loves hip-hop. You know, I went to school for broadcasting, and I, like, completely changed, like, my path, and I missed it. I love talking about music. I love talking about hip-hop. Like, I don't think I can go a day without listening to music or talking about it. And it's just, you know, like I said, I've done some other shows, and nothing was ever the right fit. But, you know, I'm not going to get all emotional with you motherfuckers. But, you know, but when you're with people who have that same love of music, you know, as you as hip-hop and understands hip-hop, it just takes it to a different level. You know, sometimes you sit and talk about music, people are like, oh, well, I don't really like that. Or, oh man, Nicki's going to come out and kill it. You know, like, right. I don't know. Music's just so bullshit. Deep to me, like, from every era. Like, I love music.
What you want out of this, Aditi?
I'm trying to be the biggest fucking radio personality on the fucking planet. Yeah. Like, people always want to talk about my loudness, how I don't be knowing how to talk. I'm not talking like a woman. Like, a woman should talk, all this. Like, I don't give a fuck. I noticed that my thought and process and how I talk and things like that, it grabs people's attention. Mm-hmm. It's people that's going to love it, and it's people that's going to hate it. You feel me? Well, it's people that do hate it. But it's more people that really love that shit and just embrace that shit. Like, I'm literally trying to be the next fucking Charlamagne. Like, that's what I want. Like, I want to be that real interviewer, though. Like, I see so many, I'll never forget when Wale was on 92 Kids.
Oh, he dragged Chop.
And he should have. And because I felt like they were so far, and shouts out to Chop, and me and Chop are cool, and I see him, he shows so much love and everything, but I feel like it's so many typical radio personalities that just don't speak the fucking truth. No. Or sit up in people's faces and like, oh yeah, and gas them up when they not being honest. Like, just like when people used to say to me, like, well, you don't like Meek Mills that much. What would you say if you met me? It was the exact fucking thing that I've been saying. You feel me? Like, right. I want to be able to sit down with artists and really give my personal fucking opinion. And, you know, these are questions that other people out there want to ask but don't get the chance to ask. They just like little comments and just looking like haters. Well, I want to be that person that really get down to the fucking nitty gritty and ask them questions. And maybe these artists answering my questions will make light on with another person. Like, they'll gain a fan after that interview. You feel me? Like, really honest questions. You get what I'm saying? Like, when it comes, this is my way to be able to be in a music scene, because music is literally my air. Right. Like, when I say I can leave from work, I have a regular 9 to 5 that drives me fucking nuts. And I could leave work completely pissed off. And all I gotta do is listen to certain songs, and when I say that shit change my fucking energy, like literally change it. And I'm not talking about no Cardi B. I'm not talking about no fucking Nicki Minaj. I'm talking about, I'm putting on Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yeah. I'm putting on fucking Shaka Khan. I'm putting on Luther Vandross. I'm putting on real fucking music that's really changing my whole mode and energy. Like, when I say I love music, I don't just listen to hip hop. I listen to all genres, and I really am in love with that shit. Like, that shit can really change my mood. Like, even my sister know that shit.
I'm going to cut your sister.
No, you good.
Yo, but I know me though, on some real shit, because I was a rapper and shit. Like,
nobody
gave a nigga shit. Like, everything I learned was through trial and error. And it took me 10 years to get to the point where shit started working for me by 2011. But after that, it was like, shit, life happened, and I said, fuck that shit. But I always been connected, no matter what I've been doing in the city, I always been connected to artists. So like me, I'm like the guy you want to be on radio. I'm the guy who know your struggle. I'm the guy who walk those same steps you walk. I'm the guy who had to put in work so you can be able to get paid for shows now. I'm the guy, and it's a whole host of people just like me, still walking through Baltimore and shit. You feel me? Ex-rappers or whatever the fuck, who know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm the guy, I'm the go-to guy. Like, I'm in the mix anyway. This radio shit give me opportunity to bring it all together. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally in the mix when it comes to music in Baltimore City, at least, and other states, but really here though. You know what I'm saying? So me,
Philly.
I'm the plug, you know what I'm saying?
Philly.
I'm the plug. Like, and Atlanta too. I got some friends out there who popping, but like, for the most part, I'm really a plug, yo. Like, no pause. I'm really a plug and shit. Niggas can fuck with me, yo. Like, I'm gonna get you there. I'm the go-to guy. I know your struggle. That's the reason, basically what I'm saying. I know your struggle.
So piggybacking off of this is going to be a question to both of you. Let's get a little more personal. What do you think is the biggest struggle you had to overcome and that made you who you are today?
I would have to say embracing who I am. I really had to embrace my thought process because I used to always think outside the box and never wanted to go with the flow of what everybody else was doing. And I used to think that I was weird because I didn't think like other people. So after a while, I actually had to really evaluate myself and really embrace my differentness. You feel me? Like my way of thinking, my attitude, the way I talk, what actually sets me apart from other people. You get what I'm saying? Why certain people come around me or in my life and I can never get them away, even if I wanted to, because it's certain things that just makes me who I am. And I really had to like love myself and love who I am as an individual and really embrace that shit. That shit was hard because I was always trying to like do what my mom wanted me to do. Like, oh, your grandma was a nurse. You should be a nurse. I want you to go to nurse school. I want you to do that. And next thing you know, I'm in a program for nursing and I hate it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Drop out, don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like things, really embracing who I wanted to be and just not giving a fuck what other people thought. That shit is hard at times. Like I remember really struggling with worrying about what another motherfucker thought about me. And then it was like, after a while, I was like, even when I'm out this bitch doing good and being a good person, motherfuckers got something to say. So at this point, fuck what you think, bitch. You feel
but that's
me?
being a human being. It's
Right,
always gonna happen. What about you, Philly?
Yo, I had a lot of life-changing events in my life, yo. You feel me? Like, I've been in some real shit. And I think all those instances helped me accept that, yo, life fucking happens, yo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a wild situation. We talked about it off air. I don't know if you should talk about it now. But like I had a real live situation. This is one instance, but I've been in some shit. But this one instance where it's like women think that men don't go through the shit that they go through. Women think that men don't know your struggle. And I'm be honest and shit. I was like 20 and shit, and I wasn't locked up or no shit like that. I was on the streets, and like I really almost got raped and shit. Like real shit. Like because I was green to the situation that was happening around me. I ended up in a situation where another nigga really was trying to fuck me and shit. You feel me? On some crazy shit. You feel me? And then the whole story went like this. I was like in destitute, you feel me? And I was looking to work on the street or whatever, looking for some work on the street. The boy said he had it, and then he was like, yo, we gonna have a party, shit gonna be crazy. I got the bras over at the crib. You get over there, you don't see no bitches, and the nigga throw porno on. I'm like, what the fuck is you doing, boss? But like, you know what I mean? He got on the phone, 52 fake news shit. I should have saw it coming, but I didn't. I was green. And next thing I know, this thing come out the bathroom in red Speedos, trying to, you know what I mean? Fuck with a nigga. And I thought I was going to die. Like, this the first time I actually came close to death, where I thought, oh my God, I'm about to die, and worst of all, get raped while dying.
I'm sorry to laugh.
No, it's okay, because I joke. Listen, I'm just saying, I ain't going to go too deep into it, but I'm a whole man. I'm the realest man you're going to ever meet, you feel me? And I love women, ain't no doubt about it. But I put myself in a position because I thought somebody could help me. And I think it was just my greenness at the time, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, women, a lot of men ain't gonna tell the story. Like, all my friends say they'll go to the grave with this shit. But you know, I had to talk about it so I could feel better about myself, so I could feel confident, you feel me? So me going through that, ain't nothing in life I can't go through and realize how strong I am. And ladies, there are men out here, such as myself, who know what you've been through, know what you're going through, you feel me? Shit happen to everybody. I know it's weird to say, but that was my life-changing event that allowed me to know that life happens, but you got to be strong and you got to get through it. So, yeah. I know that shit.
I mean, for real, to be able to, well, if I don't just openly talk about certain shit, if somebody asks me, I'm definitely not about to sit there and lie about something. I'm going to just say what it is. But for a man to be able to talk about that, like, for real, that's the manliest shit to me. I don't like men that hold things in and that can't just be open about the shit that's going on, because that's why you fucked up as it is now, because you not talking about what issues you've had in the past, your mommy issue, your daddy issues, and people always got this persona like, oh yeah, you're not being a man because you're about crying and things like that. Like, okay, you're still a human being, you still have emotions, you know what I'm saying? So sharing that's some good ass That's some real strong ass, good ass shit, yo.
But
Like,
that's
to be able to
I mean,
share
I feel
that.
like we're in a therapy session. You know, that's dope. Like, a lot of men won't sit and talk about what they've been through. You know, it's hard enough even as a woman just to talk about what you've been through.
Facts.
You know?
But that shit help. Like I said, I joke about it. Me and my friends, we joke. Niggas got thousands of jokes. The nigga name is Cecil and shit. It's a 1,000 jokes. It's all good. I'm not tripping. But the wild part about it is that the fact that I went through that, I said that to all the ladies out there. I got 2 daughters of my own.
Right.
And God forbid that happen. But I know where they coming from. You feel me? When I told the story to my daughter, she looked at me like, what? Like, you know, I'm the manliest man in the world to her. I'm the first guy she ever met. So my whole thing is like, I share that story, and I ain't gonna take up no more time than this. I share that story to say, ladies, I know where you're coming from, and I respect you. I understand the struggle, and the shit can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Oh, for a fact.
A lot of people don't be honest. A lot of men ain't gonna say no shit like this, but I'm being honest. Like, that was my life changing.
That's really big of you, and I think just summing things up. I mean, everything we've been through makes us stronger.
Facts.
And it definitely, sometimes people dwell on what happens to them, but like that event made you who you are. It made you overcome something. So when something small happens, you go back, well, shit, I made it through that.
Hell yeah.
I can make it through anything.
Facts.
Yeah, you already know, man. So what's up, T? You wanna?
I mean, I'm going to just keep it quick because we're about to go off. But, I mean, I've just been through so much as a woman, you know, as a human being. And I try to not let it does kind of define you, but not let it just be me. I just had to learn how to overcome a lot of stuff. Like I said, the way I grew up, I come from 2 different worlds. I got an American family, a family in Iran, 2 different cultures. I felt like I didn't really fit in with either side growing up, and I didn't have my whole father's side there. And just learning as a woman, like what Alicia was saying, learning who you are, being a strong woman, having a voice when a lot of men tell you, oh, you can't do that, you can't be strong, you can't be a boss, you can't say how you feel. Right. That's not ladylike. That was always taught to me, like, God, you cuss too much, you say this, you say that. Women should be who they want to be. Right. It's 2018. Be a strong woman. I mean, you gotta sometimes, like, you tone it down sometimes, like in certain situations.
Yeah, I know when to turn it on and off. Yeah.
Anybody does. But if you're passionate about something, it's okay to speak your mind. It's okay to stand up for something you believe in. You should never be quiet. You should never be quiet for a situation you went through just because someone tells you it's not okay to feel that way, or it's not okay because you're a man to express yourself like that.
Right.
So you already know what it is.
Hold up, y'all. Real quick, this on my heart for real. I don't know why I just thought about this shit as far as like expressing yourself. But remember how you just said that you talked about that shit to your daughter? Mm-hmm. You've been through something in your life as far as like anything like being raped, anything as far as like molestation, all that. Like, talk about that shit with your kids, because I talked about that shit with my daughter, and my daughter was real green at the time. And, you know, it's because of that innocence. When you come into this world, you have innocence. And sometimes that innocence gets snatched from us as a child. And mine was snatched from me. So if you go through something or been through shit before, share that shit with your kids, because that can help your child as far as not being green in a situation like that, or making sure, keeping an eye on certain things. Shit be happening with families and all that. And you know what the famous black line is, what happens in this house stays in this house. You feel me? Fuck that shit. You need to talk to your kids about that shit to make sure nothing out here happen to our babies, because at the end of the day, we've been through shit, but we can stop that shit from happening to our own kids. So I just wanted to get that out there.
But you know, y'all can tune in each week, RadioOnFire.com to Intune Radio. Make sure y'all download that RadioOnFire app. iOS is on the way. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all just tune into the squad, man. We about to get up out of here. Y'all got to know us a little bit, but next week we got a special guest next week. Who we got next week? It don't matter. Y'all see it. Make sure y'all follow us.
But wait a minute. Plug yourselves. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at City of Gods Philly. And make sure y'all come deal with us tomorrow and down there on Thames Street at the pier, fucking with the guys at the city.
And you already know it's your girl Alicia Lee. Make sure you follow me on Alicia Lee _ the truth. Always telling you the truth.
It's Tina Yagani. Make sure you follow me _ Persian. Make sure you follow our show. And where can they submit that good music to?
Yo, make sure y'all submit that music to 3intuneradio@gmail.com and follow us at Intune _ radio on Instagram.
And I just want to say I love you guys.
Love you too,
that
man.
was so deep.
Yo, we out, y'all. Yeah.